What's happening, you guys? It's Winston here from RMS Philly. We're a community group in Philadelphia that meets every other week. So basically, right now, what I want to do is I want to talk about this incident that's happened with these two African American men who were basically arrested in a Starbucks for doing nothing. They're basically waiting to meet a guy to talk about real estate or do a real estate deal, whatever it was. Okay, they were basically waiting for this guy to come. Something that people do at Starbucks all the time, which is they have deals, they wait for people to come. You may go into Starbucks and see people just sitting on their laptop or seemingly doing nothing sometimes. And Starbucks allows that. So basically, these black men were arrested and for basically doing what people do there every single day. But before I go into this, you may say, well, you're just assuming that you don't really know what really happened. First, I want to play CBS This Morning to explain how they kind of explain this to let you have a little better understanding about a point I'm about to make here. So here we go. This is CBS This Morning, April 16th.
The CEO of Starbucks says he wants to apologize personally to two black men after video of their arrest in a Philadelphia coffee shop spurred outrage. Police say a Starbucks manager called 911 Thursday because the men refused to leave after trying to use the store's restroom without making a purchase. They were arrested for alleged trespassing.
So see right there, I just thought that was funny how, and the reason why I think it's funny is because you see this all the time. Whenever there's a story about an African American, okay, that's whether they were suspected of doing something or whether they're innocent, many times on TV, on the news, they will frame it so that it sounds like the person is guilty, okay. And you see here it says that let me see if I can go back here. Well, I'm not going to do that. But basically, you see that they basically say that the men were arrested because they tried to use the bathroom without buying anything, okay? But what really happened was, and you can even tell just by listening to what they're saying, what happened was the guys were there waiting for a guy to come, okay, to do a real estate deal or to talk about real estate, okay? And what happened was they asked to use the bathroom, okay? It wasn't like they went to the door and said, let us in, or you want to get in the bathroom right now and start cussing people out, because if that was the case, they would have said that. Okay, so that didn't happen. So they asked to use the bathroom, and they were told you can't use the bathroom because our policy is you have to buy something. Okay, which may be the policy at Starbucks, and who knows? Maybe there probably is a policy. Okay, like it is a lot of stores, you have to buy something. So they were told you can't use the bathroom unless you buy anything. So they said, okay, well, we're just here to make a real estate deal. Basically talk to this guy about real estate. They probably didn't want anything from Starbucks like me. I never go to Starbucks. I'm sure it's a nice place, but I've been there like 2 times, and it's not really there that I really like. I don't drink coffee, and it's not really even a place I like to be at. Okay, to tell you the truth. So I don't go to Starbucks. So I can understand them hearing, you have to buy something. They're looking around like, well, I don't want to buy anything here. But they were there to meet, and I'm sure, as many people know, you can go into Starbucks, and if you want to, seemingly just get on your laptop. There's a policy that Starbucks has that says that they won't just tell people to leave, that are in their store. They don't even do that, okay? That's actually part of their policy. So the fact that these men they asked, okay, can you please use the bathroom, okay? And he said, you can't do that because you didn't buy anything, okay? And he said, okay, and they continued to wait, okay? The fact that they were arrested, it shows there's a problem. He said, well, you don't know what happened. You know what kind of altercation happened. Well, you know what kind of altercation happened by which you did not hear. Trust me, it's by which you did not hear. That's how you know what happened. I'm saying really is the truth, because whenever there's an African American or minority in general who does anything, okay, that's even slightly that can even be perceived as a crime, okay, you're gonna hear about that. When Trayvon Martin was murdered by George Zimmerman, okay, did he do anything wrong? No, he was simply trying to go to the store, and George Zimmerman saw him, said he was a threat, okay, called the cops. And they said, don't approach him. He did, and he killed this kid, okay? Then immediately the news, within probably a week, the news started to show that say, look, Trayvon Martin, at one point, they found, marijuana in his locker or something like that. They'll pull up and they immediately say this. They'll frame it, and they'll say, and they say, George Zimmerman, killed Trayvon Martin, a kid who was found in high school to have had marijuana. It's how they frame it. They'll take any little sin anything you've done wrong, and put it next to you as you're a minority. If you're a minority, or in this case, a black man, okay, and they'll put that right next to your name to say, listen, these men are the cops are innocent. The Starbucks manager who called the cops on them is innocent. You understand? And this is a case that basically, don't jump to conclusions here because you don't know what really happened. You understand? There's guilt on both sides here. When in reality, there's no guilt on the black guy's side at all. They simply were in the Starbucks like many people do every day, like many Caucasian people do every day, waiting to meet someone for business. Okay, and the manager looked at them as a threat. Okay, and she decided to call the cops on them to have them removed. Then the cops took these men. And this goes even further. The story goes even further than that. Then the cops take them in, handcuff them, which you can see on video. They're being handcuffed. They ain't doing anything wrong. Okay, they're simply in the Starbucks waiting like people do every single day because they're black. They're viewed as a threat. You understand? Then they're arrested, taken to the precinct. Okay, and they were there for 12 or how many hours they were there for a while, and they were fingerprinted. Now they're in the system. Okay, so now they're in the system. Which can affect them later on. Even if they're not charged, they're in the system. And that can definitely affect you later on in life, okay? So they're in the system, they're fingerprinted and everything, which is a whole other thing of how they want black people to be in the system. I'm not even going into that, but they're fingerprinted, put into the system. Okay, these men were not, felons or anything like that, And I know that because she said this on TV. If they were felons or had any kind of serious felonies, they would have said, they would have definitely brought that up immediately to help build a case, to make it seem like it was, this was an even type thing here. It wasn't just, these guys were bad, these guys were good, These guys were basically innocent, And because we live in the United States of America, things like this happen, and they've been happening for years, okay? I've been racially profiled many times, I think a month ago, I was driving down the road, picked my friend up, and I was pulled over for doing nothing wrong, okay? They said that my friend, who was a passenger, they demanded that he give them his information. He's a passenger in the car, okay? And they're asking him for his information, okay? And the time before that, a few months, maybe like 8 months before that, I was driving in my car. I was pulled over because some lights in the back of my car were out. So I can understand why the cops will pull me over for that. But that was on their fault. That wasn't a fault on their part. Okay, but they pulled me over, and I appreciate the fact that they told me that. But they once again asked me that my the person in the car with me, they demanded that he give them his information, okay? Which if you're white, they don't do. They just say, okay, well, you got a brake light out or something like that. But for my friend, both times they demanded, and in the last incident, when this happened, the cop comes and says, well, I saw you trying to put your seatbelt on. He told my friend, I saw you trying to put your seatbelt on while you were in the car. And here it is, I just picked my friend up, okay, at the top of the block. I'm driving down the hill. He already had a seatbelt on. And the cop says, I saw him trying to put a seatbelt on. So basically it's saying, I could pull you over because I saw him trying to put his seatbelt on. This is what blacks are pulled over for, okay? United States of America in 2018. We're pulled over for fake crimes, okay? So, this is how it is to live as blacks in America. You may say, well, racism doesn't exist. This is a post-racial society. That's not true. That's a lie. These men are in Starbucks. This is one of the reasons why I actually don't go to Starbucks, okay? To tell you the truth. I've been to Starbucks a few times, and I've seen how, the last time I was there maybe like 7 months ago. I've only been there a few times, like 2 times in my whole entire life. And I forget why I was there. But I think I had to meet someone downtown, and I had time to kill or something like that. So I think I bought something, and I was sitting down. It was hard to find a place to sit because there was a lot of people in their laptops. I was looking around, and it's like, wow, like all these people are sitting here, and some of them looked like they didn't buy anything. They were just sitting there on their laptops. A lot of young people, young professionals, whatever you call them. And it's just sitting there. I was thinking to myself, wow, if I came in here and didn't buy anything like this is actually what I'm thinking. If I just came in here and was just chilling like this, okay, I'm sure they would not allow this, okay? But because a lot of people in there are white, I'm sure they didn't feel there was anything wrong. But here it is, downtown Philadelphia. Now, it's not the same Starbucks that I went to, but another one. These guys are sitting in here waiting, okay, to meet this guy. The guy tells them, meet me here, okay? Because the guy, as you see in the video, he shows up, and he even says that, he said that he would move the meeting somewhere else. He told the cops, listen, I'll move the meeting somewhere else. But it didn't matter. The cops still took the guys. They didn't say, this is a misunderstanding. We're sorry about that. You understand? We shouldn't have you guys arrested. We shouldn't have handcuffed you guys. You know what? We're sorry. We didn't know that it was a business deal or you were telling the truth all along. No, they still took the guys, still put them in the car, still put them in the paddy wagon, still drove them, okay, to the precinct, still fingerprinted them, okay, still had them sitting, for hours and hours and hours. Okay, I know how it is to be sitting in a cell for hours and hours and hours. It's very hard to deal with that, especially if these guys had something else to do. They could have lost money on another deal. Anything could happen to them. But when you're black in the United States of America, cops routinely pull you over because they feel like you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything important. So for us to pull you over, it's like pulling over. It's like grabbing a dog off the streets, okay, and bringing them to the pound. It's like the dog isn't doing anything; it's just a dog. Okay, that's exactly how they look at black people. When I was pulled over, okay, with my friend a few months ago, they weren't thinking that I had to go anywhere. I didn't do anything important because I'm just a black person. Okay, so we could pull you over. We could pull you over because it doesn't matter. You're not doing anything important. So wrapping this video up, this is racism that is in this country that I don't know if will ever go away, but we just have to understand that it is real, and to be with the right mindset, okay, to fight it in any way possible. Okay, you see right here in this video, this is CBS This Morning, which is supposed to be a station that's supposed to be I guess you would say a liberal, or what do you call it, fair and balanced, I guess you could say. It's supposed to be a network that shows stories that are they're not like Fox, basically. That's what I was put like. They're not supposed to be like Fox. They're supposed to be in the middle. But as you see, as the story starts, they immediately say that these men were arrested because they tried to use the bathroom and they didn't buy anything. Okay. And the reason why they say it is because people will recognize that people do that. Okay, people do that. You go to a McDonald's, go somewhere, and there are people that you see in there, and they're just hanging around, loitering, or lollygagging around, and they're not buying anything. So they immediately want to cast that on these guys. They were just loitering, lollygagging in the store, and they refused to leave. They asked to use the bathroom, and they didn't buy anything. They didn't want to buy that. They want you to think that way. Okay, this is what happened. So the cops were called, and everyone's trying to make a ruckus of it, but really it was no reason to make a ruckus of it at all. When in actuality, the man had a reason to be there. The men were sitting down, talking, okay, to the people, as you can see on the video. Now you may say, well, you don't know what happened. You weren't there, so how can you make a judgment? I can make a judgment because of the fact that, like I said, what they did not tell you. They did not tell you these men were cursing anyone out. They did not tell you these men were committing a crime. Okay, so why were they arrested? And they didn't even tell you. The manager called the cops on them because they were there, basically. Or what? They managed, or because what? Because that's basically it. Not because they asked to use the bathroom, because you can't call the cops and say, yeah, there are 2 men in our store who wanted to use the bathroom. And they didn't pay, so we didn't let them in. The cops are going to say, well, why are you calling us then? You don't let them use the bathroom if they didn't, you know what I mean? But the manager called and told the cops that the men were a problem, okay? And the cops zoomed down there, I'm sure, and said, okay, we need to arrest you. Okay, here are 2 niggers that we can arrest, okay? That's basically what happened, okay? So now if these were 2 white people, they would have never called the cops. White people came in there, 2 white people came in, and they said, can we please just use the bathroom? They may have let them use the bathroom, number one, if they didn't buy anything. Or, and I say it because you see, these are black guys. Why were they asked in the first place, immediately, are you going to buy anything? They assume, I'm sure, but I don't know, I wasn't there, so I can't say that, but my opinion, I'm sure they assume immediately you guys didn't buy anything, okay? But I feel like if it was white people, you understand, they want to immediately say, I can't see two white guys going into Starbucks with suits on and saying, hi, can I please use the bathroom? And they look at them and say, wait a second, did you buy anything? I highly doubt that ever has happened, you understand? But what would happen would be that they would say, okay, go ahead, because they assume that they're going to buy something. But when there's black people in Starbucks, they're like, wow, you don't belong here, you understand? Why are you here? What is your business in this place? Did you buy anything? You want to use the bathroom? Did you buy anything? See the thinking? And the manager then calls the cops on them because she sees them as a threat, okay? So, all I'm trying to say is, this RMS Philly here. Don't believe the hype, okay? RMS stands for Revolution Movement Society. All right. Check us out on YouTube, RMS Philly on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook, RMS Philly on Facebook as well. Share this video with someone if you learned anything. And just keep your eyes open, because racism is alive and well in this country, and it's sad to say only growing and getting stronger, okay? It's a shame that as a black people, as me personally, I've experienced racism in many different forms, from walking down the street and being approached by cops, being forced to give my information, okay? One time I was living in the suburbs, and I was waiting for a bus to go to work, and cops pulled up a cop pulled up, and he demands that I give him all my information. He shouted at me, he said, what is your name? What is your name? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Waiting for his bus. I'm about to go to work. And he's like, he says, what's your social security number? And I'm going to argue with the guy, but I didn't, because my mother told me, even as a child, don't ever argue with cops because they can do anything to you and no one will be able to stop them. So I said, I was really upset, man. The cop was seeing I was upset, so he was getting more upset. And then after all this, I'm asking, why are you shouting at me? He basically said, oh, there's a kid like 10, 11 miles away who cut school. And here I am, I'm like 21 years old. And he's saying that there's a kid that cut high school 10 miles away. And I'm like, Yeah, so you assume that that's me? I'm all the way over here waiting for a bus, you understand? But that was just something that he used because he wanted to get more information because I was living in the suburbs, okay? So, black people are basically, the reason why I said that was just to explain how black people were presumed guilty until proven otherwise. Everyone else is presumed innocent until proven guilty. We're presumed guilty first, okay, without doing anything wrong. We're seen as a threat, okay? And that's why people out here protesting need to be doing that. People out here saying Black Lives Matter or whatever it is, they need to be doing that stuff because in this country, Black lives don't matter. You understand? They don't matter. They don't. I'm not part of Black Lives Matter, but I can understand why people would say that. Okay, because black people are killed and it doesn't matter in their mind. Trayvon Martin can be murdered, doesn't matter. All of these black people who were killed for no reason at all, Sandra Bland hung, and they say she hung herself. Really, when she's going to move into a town to get a new job, and she decides to go in to get arrested and hang herself. You understand? All this needs to happen to us, and it's just it just doesn't matter. Our lives don't matter. You understand? And in the eyes of the law, our lives are not important. All right. So just please share this video. RMS Philly is Winston here. I'm out. Peace.